All right, now so pay attention. Who we're talking about is look. Who created the iPhone?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is the guy who came up with the idea. Now here's the idea. Steve Jobs just recently passed away from a certain type of cancer. It's called pancreatic cancer. Now the idea is what? Everybody is born. Everybody in this room is born with
a disease.
Cancer cells.
What?
Yeah.
Cancer cells?
Yeah. Everybody has it.
You're kidding me.
Listen, everybody has it. Now here's the idea. Everybody's born with cancer cells, but what happens is over time, depending on the type of lifestyle you lead, like for example, if you're a smoker, what's going to happen is if you smoke your whole life, it's going to cause these cancer cells to what? Develop into bad cells. Okay, so now, so pay attention. The idea is what? Everybody's born with cancer cells. Everybody has them. But the idea is depending on the type of lifestyle you lead, you can either aggravate them or they'll stay put. Now, if you introduce a lot of technology into your body, like for example, someone who works with radioactive material. If I work with radioactive material, can that maybe aggravate these cells?
A lot.
Yeah. If I smoke, can that aggravate the cell?
Yes.
If I drink alcohol.
No.
Not a lot, but yes.
Yeah, but if you drink a lot,
I think
can it aggravate the cell?
I think alcohol like twice when I was a little kid and no one saw me. It was like a restaurant. No, drinking once it tasted like sugarish and a little salty. Then I drank it second time I was like, I stopped it.
You got drunk.
Right, that's that explains everything. But look, the main point we're trying to make is we're looking at a guy like Steve Jobs, who's like the 21st century's one of the real geniuses that we have, and we're trying to say, well, we don't really know. One second. We don't really know how he got the cancer. And the idea is, like I said, everybody's born with the cancer, but any one of these things could aggravate the cancer. What's another form that aggravates cancer? It starts with S.
Stress.
Definitely stress. Also your diet. So your diet, drinking, smoking, being involved with a lot of radioactivity material. Now, the only way you're going to have this is if you work in a job where you're around radioactive stuff. But for example, and stress. So Steve Jobs, when you think about Steve Jobs,
He had a lot of stress on making it. Yes.
Not only that, but the point is, what's another way, if you have a family history, history of cancer, are you likely to get it?
Yes.
Yeah, like if your mom had, let's say your mom, God forbid, had brain cancer, and your mom's mom had brain cancer, then you're probably likely to have it. But the idea is, look,
My family knows that.
what we're looking at is what aggravates it, what instigates it, what causes it. These are some factors that may cause it. Now for Steve Jobs, nobody really knows, but was Steve Jobs around a lot of technology?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was he hands-on? Yeah. Maybe all those years of being around all these different iPhones and technology, maybe it could have aggravated some cancer cells. Who knows? But the point is, you have to be very conscious about how you live your life. Yeah.
So when I'm jogging with my sister and our iPod has like songs coming out, is that radioactive?
Well, you got the headphones in your ear, right?
Yeah.
What does it affect? Well, listen. What is it affecting when you're listening to it?
Ear, but sometimes it falls off. It's just like your ear falls off.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to use a little common sense. What I'm trying to say to you is, if you keep that iPhone attached to your arm, because some people run and have it attached to their arm. Okay, it's attached to your body, and you're listening to the music. Yeah, like I said, but what do your parents always tell you? Don't listen to the music too long or too
Loud.
too loud, because if you listen to it for too loud, what's going to affect?
Your ear.
And it does, because you can get something called what's not tinnitus? Yeah, you get tinnitus. Tinnitus. What happens is you have this constant ringing in your ear.
Oh, yeah,
So the idea is, if you do that, if he went to jog with his sister every day for a whole year and blast the music loud every day, if he went to take a hearing test later on, don't you think some of his hearing may be partially affected? Yeah, what you got?
The case that like you put in your arm and then you put your iPhone in it, does that still affect your skin?
No. The reason if you have the case acts as a what? Like a barrier between your skin and the device. A lot of people don't like to use the case though because they want everybody to see that they have the iPhone. But the idea is, yeah, if you have the case, it acts as a barrier. Like for firefighters, right? They have special equipment so that when they go in a fire, if fire comes near their arm, it's protected, right? Now they can't be firefighters and say, you know what, I'm just gonna stick my arm in the fire to grab you, because what's gonna happen? Their skin's gonna burn. Well, the same precautions come when you're using devices like this. You have to use the cases. Yeah.
Once when I was a very little kid, I didn't know about that or any TV or anything. When I was sleeping, I couldn't sleep one day. My ear like ringing so damn loud, and this one started ringing so damn loud. Then I couldn't hear, so I told my mom, and the next morning I didn't go to school, so we went to the doctor, and the doctor pulled these little brown holding out my ears, and it hurt a little bit, and it smelled.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's probably, like I said, who knows? Whether or not your ears developed a problem because you listen to music too loud, it may be from that. But what you want to be conscious of is anything you do to your body, or anything that you bring into contact with your body, is going to have an effect. Like I said, here's his pencil case, right?
There's a video game on
let's say this is his pencil case, and he brings it to school, and someone sneezes on this pencil case. What's going to happen?
Oh crap.
Germs. And let's say he touches here, and then he touches his face. What's going to happen? He's going to spread the germ. So
There's
the idea
also
is,
very active in that when he turns it on.
right. So the point is, everything that we're involved in, one way or the other. And like I said, this is also a game too. Like look how cool this is. This is actually a game. Okay, and if you can see on the bottom, right?
Yeah, game chips.
It has game chips. Now, does this have radio waves? Yeah. Now he's around this all the time. Okay, so the idea is, this is not the only technology he has. All right, you gonna say something?
How about the cover that you have on your iPhone?
Okay, now I'm gonna be honest with you. The cover that I have on my iPhone